This video was made possible by CuriosityStream. Watch any of their more than 2,000 documentaries for free by visiting curiositystream.com/reallifelore. Earth is an unequal place. It always has been, and maybe it always will be, but few people are truly aware about the extent of Earth's true inequality. This video is an exploration into the real world and the real reality. Let's begin with the global population of humans currently in 2019, approximately 7.7 billion people. There also exists approximately 317 trillion US dollars in global wealth across the world. In a perfectly equal world, if all of this wealth was evenly distributed to all 7.7 billion of us, it would mean that everybody, regardless of age, would have $41,169 to their names. But we don't live in a perfectly equal world, so to understand the reality of the situation more, let's shrink all of those 7.7 billion people down to only 100 people to better represent everybody, and place them all in a single file line in order of how much money they have. The first staggering thing to notice here is that the first 70 people in this line all have net worths below $10,000. In order to break into the top 50% of people in the world, you only need to have $4,120. The first 70 people in this line are essentially all inside of the global lower class, and they only control 3% of the world's wealth between them. Most of these 70 people are located in places like India, where the average adult net worth is only $7,000, or in Africa, where the average adult net worth is only $4,000. The next 21 people in the line represent the global middle class, with net worths averaging between $10,000 and $100,000. Even still though, these 21 people are underrepresented because they control only about 12% of the global wealth pool. In order to break into the global top 10%, you need to acquire a net worth of $93,170. So moving on, the next 8 people in the line are the first people who could probably be considered to be very well off. These 8 have net worths ranging between $100,000 and $800,000 and would be considered the global upper middle class. Most of these 8 people are found in places like Europe, where the mean average adult has a net worth of $145,000, or 36 times higher than an average African adult. Or in North America, where the mean average adult has a net worth of $404,000. This means that average Americans, Canadians, and Europeans are well inside of the global top 10%. Together, these 8 people control 38% of the entire world's wealth. But even they don't have anywhere near as much money as this guy does, the richest person in the group of 100. He represents the top 1% of the global population, and he controls a mind-boggling 47% of the entire world's wealth, or nearly half. In order to break into the global 1%, you need to have a net worth of at least $770,000. No average person in any country on Earth is inside of the top 1% club. Inside of the top 1% are approximately 42 million US dollar millionaires who are located across the world, representing 0.6% of the global population. But even further up than that, at the very top echelons of the 1% are the billionaire class. As of 2018, there are 2,208 billionaires across the world, with a combined wealth of 9.1 trillion US dollars. If the wealth of billionaires was measured as a yearly GDP, they would have the 3rd largest economy in the world, ahead of Japan and Germany combined. And the wealth of the billionaire class has been steadily increasing over time. Just 2 years ago in 2017, the billionaire class was worth only $7.67 trillion. And just as recently as 2000, the billionaire class wasn't even worth $1 trillion. At the very, very top of the billionaire class are 10 individual people, the 10 wealthiest people in the world. The top 8 of these men, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Bernard Arnault, Carlos Slim, Amancio Ortega, Larry Ellison, and Mark Zuckerberg, have a combined wealth greater than the bottom 50% of the human population, or 3.85 billion people. What's also interesting though is the way that extreme wealth and people tend to congregate in the same few parts of the world. An ultra high net worth individual is a person who has a minimum net worth of $30 million, and most of them, 70% to be exact, live in just these 10 cities across the world: Tokyo, Osaka, Hong Kong, Paris, London, New York City, Washington, D.C., Chicago, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Half of these mega concentrations of the world's wealthiest are cities inside of America, which struggles with its own economic inequality problem. In 2017, the net worths of every single household in the United States added together to $94.7 trillion US. If we took this and divided it equally to all 124 million households inside of the country, that would be $760,000 per American family. The reality is obviously much different though. The bottom 50% of American families average only an $11,000 net worth, while the wealthiest 400 Americans have more money than all of them, or 163 million Americans combined. In order to break into the top 1% of Americans, you need to have a net worth of at least $10,374,000. And in this country, the top 1% of Americans control roughly 38% of the country's wealth. While considering the 1% at the global scale control more like 47% of the wealth, the United States is actually doing better at economic equality than the world average is. But if you want to see what the worst country in the world for economic equality is like, you needn't look any further than South Africa, labeled by the World Bank as the most unequal country on Earth. Here, the bottom 60% of the country controls only 7% of the nation's wealth, which is actually a little better than the global averages. But the top 1% of South Africans control an overwhelming 70% of the entire nation's wealth, which is much more severe than the global average. The country where the wealthiest 1% control the least amount of the nation's wealth is Norway, where the top 1% only control 21% of the country's total wealth. While the distribution of money may be pretty unequal in the world, the distribution of knowledge doesn't have to be. You just watched through probably 6 or 7 minutes of me explaining some realities about our society. So why not continue your learning about society, or anything else really for that matter, for free by going and checking out CuriosityStream next. CuriosityStream is the first streaming service that exclusively streams documentaries and educational videos. So if you like watching poorly made educational videos on this channel, you'll love professionally made ones over there that I love, like the Ancient Earth series with episodes about giant insects or feathered dinosaurs, and the Deep Ocean series narrated by David Attenborough. CuriosityStream was created by the founders of the Discovery Channel and is available worldwide on the web, Android, iOS, and tons of other platforms. They have documentaries and content spanning science, nature, history, technology, society, and lifestyle, so basically everything that I make videos about and love. Unlimited access to watch all of their videos begins at just $2.99 per month, but you can watch everything on CuriosityStream for free when you visit the link in the description at curiositystream.com/RealLifeLore and by using the code RealLifeLore during the sign-up process. So please make sure to go ahead and watch their stuff next, and as always, thank you for watching.